The story of the Adidas brand is a tale of a 100-year-old player in the world of football. Haven't heard of the Adidas brand, which dominated the world of sports apparel for many years. The Adidas brand story is a tapestry of failures, hopes, successes, and tremendous efforts. It's the summer of 1936. A 20-year-old athlete stands on the championship podium of track and field competitions. While receiving the gold medal from Adolf Hitler, he credits his victory to a German shoe. This marks the first official advertisement for sports shoes on an international level, a product that is destined to be renowned and recognized in the world of sports apparel for the next 70 years. As the Summer Olympics conclude, a flood of letters and requests heads toward the Dassler brothers' factory to purchase their product. Everyone wants to step forward with the winning shoes. At this time, the Dassler brothers have been running their shoe production facility in the warehouse of the city of Bavaria for 12 years. Having moved beyond the humble beginnings, where they are no longer need to pedal bicycles to generate electricity for their small workshop. The era of producing slippers with the materials and plastics has passed for them, and now they are at the beginning of their journey to fame. Always a woman stepped in the midst. The sweet victory of Jason's, the runner, and the remarkable fame of Dassler Brothers Sports Shoes Factory couldn't last for many more years before the story of Cain and Abel reports itself. Adolf Dassler, the older and patriotic brother, sells out his loyalty to the American forces on the eve of World War II, marking the beginning of a feud, rivalry, and the end of their family partnership. With the start of the war, Adolf's factory becomes a target for American attacks. However, his clever wife turned the tables, fishing in troubled waters, completely turning the institution in favor of her husband, and in turn capturing the attention of the Americans for buying shoes. The official start of Adidas brand. The story takes a turn. Adolf's closed factory with an order to produce shoes for American soldiers reopens and resumes operations. Adolf Dassler abbreviates his name and resumes into Adidas for his new products, and the independence of the Adidas brand is officially declared. Adidas brand, a timeless name in the world of sports. The most notable feature of the Adidas brand is its universality. Adidas can be easily pronounced by anyone in any language, with no restrictions on saying its name anywhere in the world. The brevity and rhythmic nature of this name have an impact on the Adidas brand story. Just 2 beats on the letter D are enough to make Adidas a lasting name in the world of sports apparel. It cannot be denied that Adidas has a more pleasant and enduring name compared to its competitions, namely Puma and Nike. If you are eager to have a name with the lasting power of Adidas, and perhaps even more appealing, you can seek assistance from naming services like Pilban Creative Agency. Adidas in the field of endurance running. In the late 1940s, Adidas began stitching and crafting sports shoes. The Adidas brand, with a famous logo of 3 parallel lines, quickly becomes active, and it didn't take long for its logo to appear on the shoes and jersey of football players. However, the story everyone talks about in the competition between the Adidas and Puma brands, founded by the Dassler brothers, around the same time. Adolf Dassler, the elder Dassler, established his own personal brand, aiming to carve out a smaller market share from Adidas with more customers. The goal of the Adidas brand in this market is clear. It wants to be at the forefront of the sports world, especially in European football. close ties with athletes, and surveying their opinions about the initial prototypes of Adidas products are tasks that Adolf Dassler meticulously and passionately performed. Puma, on the other hand, does not lag behind. It puts its shoes on the feet of German footballers and be showcasing itself in global competitions, wins the gold medal in the 1952 Olympic Games in track and field. Adidas means football and football means Adidas. But it seems that the star of the fame in the sky of the Adidas brand winks more brightly than Puma. Images of global sports competitions from the 1950s to the 1970s testify to Adidas' vibrant presence. Many winners in endurance running, tennis players, and famous footballers have recorded their moments of success in the history books with the courage of the Adidas brand. Adidas brand scorer of the 90th minute goal. Adidas scored the 90th minute goal in the football of the 1960s under its own name. Yes, in 1970, Adidas officially announced its professional presence in football by producing the Telstar Ball, the design of the FIFA World Cup 1970 ball delighted football fans through black and white televisions. This ball was made to be more visible on the television of those years, reflecting Adidas' innovation and its commitment to the football fan. Changing faces. The brand took advantage of the 1972 Olympics to draw attention to its logo. Adidas has introduced 4 logos for this brand from the beginning until now, and it still uses these logos. Although changing logos and rebranding are common today, one cannot overlook the boldness of this brand in the years when changing a logo was considered a significant shift. The storm of misfortune descends upon the Adidas brand. While the number of Adidas brand supporters continued to grow until the end of the 1970s and the sudden deaths of Adolf Dassler and his son within a decade took the breath out of the Adidas brand. Excessive reliance on the presence of Adolf Dassler made it impossible to continue the path in the style and context that had been established so far. During this period, several milestones such as the design of smart shoes and collaboration with the Run DMC group for the Adidas brand, although successful, were like stars that shone brightly for a moment in the twilight sky and then faded away. After the deaths of Dassler and his son, Adidas changed hands several times between different managers, each time unsuccessfully handed over to someone thought to be the savior of the Adidas. The story of the Adidas brand on the brink of the new century. The Adidas brand on the brink of the new century embarked on an era full of ups and downs. The founders of this brand tried various ways to return to the top and enjoy the spectacle of that starry sky again. From acquiring the Reebok brand to formulating several mid-term strategies. During this period, Adidas sometimes lagged behind in the competition with Nike, and sometimes it ran side by side with it. Sometimes I got too far from its audience, and sometimes it got too close. Main achievement of this brand in the new century was its connection with culture, an event that happened with the help of well-known figures like Kanye West and led to the prosperity of Adidas' original product. Of course, using well-known faces in this story was not a new subject. The description of Adidas' collaboration with sports and art figures has been reviewed in the Adidas brand in the Mirror of Fame. But this time, the point of difference was where Kanye West's designs brought Adidas brand products closer to American culture and brought Adidas to the forefront in the world of fashion. Now, in addition to being professional in the world of sport apparel, Adidas has another powerful arm that has brought to the brand even closer to current trends than before. Summary: the Adidas brand began its journey from a humble workshop in Germany, evolving from numerous product trials and errors to become a top-notch sports apparel brand. Adidas collaborated with numerous sports and artistic figures, leveraging their personal branding potential to recall its name throughout history. However, what narrates the story of the Adidas brand today is its alignment with the contemporary culture of global fashion. The distinguishing factor that separates today's Adidas from the Adidas of the past century is a profound understanding it has gained from its audience. Through a 180-degree shift from detachment, Adidas managed to rediscover its popularity with long queues formed for the purchase of its products.